Hello, and welcome to a special edition of DevHub Live. I am your host, Joe from DevHub. I am super excited about what we're doing today. We are kicking off the 1 Trillion Agent Hackathon, and we have a jam-packed session here with judges. We're going to talk about the actual hackathon of how it's going to work, some tips, all types of information, everything you need to know to get started to start building agents and win this hackathon is here today. But before we get into all of that, we have a very special presentation from Ilia, the founder of one of the co-founders of Near. Hey, Ilia, how's it going today?
Good. Thanks for
Good.
having me here.
Thanks for coming on. So I know you have a presentation to kind of kick off this hackathon here. I'm going to give you the floor and kind of let you get started with that so everyone can get going.
Sounds good. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm really excited about this hackathon. And so I wanted to give you a little bit more context on how I see the world is unrolling and why agents effectively going to be the most important innovation of the century, and why you should really build in this hackathon. So from my perspective, AI is effectively the last wave of technology innovation, because AI will allow to kind of build all the subsequent technology, not even just in computer science, but we already see this in chemistry, in medical, in material science. Effectively, AI is becoming the basic platform everything else is built on. But it's important to understand that AI itself will be able to build AI, right? So we're kind of gonna pass the control in many ways to the AI systems as they evolve. And that's why it becomes important who controls AI, right? Because they effectively will control not just the tech, but also all of the other aspects of our life. And right now we have two routes. One is we have a closed source AI, right, where it runs by for-profit corporations, which are trying to maximize their revenue, and they have all of the control over how you use their services, including they can just go and turn off the whole country or specific services, or all the crypto agents right now from accessing it, right? So it's massive challenges. There's privacy challenges. There's kind of accountability. There's kind of just general control, what you're allowed to do or not. Now, there's open source AI, which is extremely kind of exciting that we have, really, especially with DeepSeek, really state-of-the-art models, but it's not sustainable, right? The realistic problem is as soon as you open the model, anybody can go and use it. And so effectively, you have a challenge that there's no more funding that comes back to invest into the next model, right? So stability is kind of one of the examples which spend a lot more that they made from building open source models, which were extremely kind of beneficial for the broader ecosystem when they were doing it. So the alternative that I want to propose is what I call user-owned AI. This is really trying to bridge these parts together, but also focus them on the success of individual users and communities, right? Instead of giving your kind of control, giving your data to external service, right? We want users to maintain full ownership of their data and assets. We want them to have an integrated experience, right, that is fully controlled by them, not an app that's shipped, by some corporation that is trying to make money of you. We want AI to be kind of aligned with the individual user, right? Like it should be on your behalf, being able to make decisions that you would make, right? That would benefit you. And we want to make sure that everybody benefits, right? Users, developers, services, researchers, all need to make money to make sure that this system is sustainable and is able to continue to evolve and innovate. Now, we actually have a paradigm shift, right? We going from kind of traditional Google search where you search, you get some blue links, you go into them, you do your own research, you figure out what to do, and you do something. We got into this answers mode where you now ask an LLM and it gives you an answer, to an action mode where you actually just ask what you want, and the AI agent is able to go and actually do the action, right? It can book tickets, it can plan a trip, and get all of the relevant bookings set up. It can go and optimize the website and test different marketing campaigns and kind of execute those actions on behalf. So we have this transition that's happening, and in this transition, we have a transition that's happening from current web, current internet, where you're effectively going through browsers, so through apps, you have search engines, you have websites, advertisers, payment processors, kind of all of the traditional mechanisms of how we're interacting on internet, to a new internet, right, where you effectively will have an AI assistant that is on your behalf able to interact with other participants. It's an AI assistant that is standing on your side and is facilitating how you're interacting with other parties. And you have all the AI agents, services, smart contracts kind of out there, and you need a new way of connecting them. And this is where Near as a blockchain for AI come in to really connect these pieces together. So the global vision is really this AI agents are going to be default way we interact with internet, right? Like AI agents are going to be the ones who actually go and execute actions, who book, taxis and get, food from restaurant, who will, run the marketing optimization, or who will, request and size up the amount of steel requested from a factory. And you have the kind of AI that serves as a front end, right? Your AI assistant will be facilitating that. It doesn't mean that it's always tech, by the way. It can show you rich UIs. It can generate them on the fly or pull them from cache. And then blockchain really about how all of these things are being communicated together, right? These agents are living in different environments. They have different trust assumptions, and you need a way to really connect them and create commerce between them. And so that itself model will actually transform the global market, right? Going away from the current world where we have, hundreds of middlemen layers between, you buying a product or you getting a service, right? Everything from payment processors, credit cards, to various services and transportation and kind of customs and all of the decisions that are happening, like approvals and validations. All of that can be done by AI agents and kind of personalized. So I talk a lot about agents. Let's define a little bit more specific types, right? So first of all, there's an agent that is on your side, right? We call it a system agent. There can be multiple different implementations of assistant agents, but it's important that they are maximizing your well-being, your benefit, your kind of money you make, etc. There are service agents. Service agents are effectively, from your perspective, agents are providing you some service, and they're traditionally run by another person or a company, right? So, if you're ordering food, the restaurant will have its own service agent, right? Responding to requests. If it's a digital service like running a marketing campaign, that's going to be a service agent, and that service agent can be actually an assistant of that other person, right? It's really about kind of that you crossing a trust boundary when you're interacting with it. Finally, there is an interesting new type, which is autonomous agents. And this is agents that are running kind of by themselves, and they don't really have a person or company behind them. Now, this is only possible with blockchain kind of verifiable computation, because otherwise you need to run it on some computer. And so if you have a verifiable computation cloud, and I'll talk about it more later, you are able to have these autonomous agents, and they can have their own token and token holders who will, vote kind of how it should behave or not. Or it can be fully autonomous, right, providing some service and like similar how smart contracts can just exist and not have any governance. And so kind of the parallel, perpendicular to this is like where these agents run, right? So you can think like of service agents, they're running on somebody else's machine, some kind of a remote agent. Right now, effectively, everything is remote agent because you're effectively, even when you're using ChatGPT, you are running it on another machine, on somebody else's machine. You have verifiable agents. This is when we talk about running on secure enclaves, so-called trusted execution environments, where you can verify that nobody have tampered with what that was output of this agent. it also gives you privacy when you're talking to it. And you can have on-chain agents, which are really about moving a lot more logic into kind of blockchain and using verifiable computation to fill in for kind of high compute requirements, right? So AI inference and potentially loading data, getting information from outside. But you actually putting a lot more kind of verification and restrictions into the smart contract itself to make sure that kind of the execution kind of decision making is correct to whatever constraints and rules you have. And so again, to kind of bring this back, because right now we have effectively delegated a lot of our decision making, right, to this middleman companies, right? Like Walmart is deciding what to put into shelves. Walmart has internal buyers who are actually going and figuring out what to buy. They then delegate to other kind of resellers and other people who decide to source specific things from factories. Factories themselves have people analyzing what people want to eat and or buy and decide. So all of this decision chaining right now is happening kind of in the industry, right? And again, for any industry, for any business, for any interaction you do, there's kind of dozens to hundreds of kind of micro decisions that happen. And so in this new world of kind of agentic internet, instead, it's your AI assistant who can really connect to even all factories and really provide information on what it needs. The factory AI can collect all those requests, batch them, figure out what needs to be produced, and then shipping AI will package this and ship it, right? So you can have personalized kind of really kind of decisions made by your AI assistant, and then directly navigating and coordinating with all of these other AIs who are actually doing different services and functions. And so to really do this, you need to really trust your assistant, right? Your assistant needs to know as much as possible about you, but to give that all the information, right? Your emails and your personal data and your banking information and your crypto, right? You really need to trust it. So that's where a lot of this privacy and verification comes in. You need to make sure that agents can communicate to each other securely. That if something goes wrong, right, something wasn't delivered, there needs to be a process of disputing. And obviously it needs to work with all the crypto and fiat. So you need really this chain abstracted technology to tie it all together. So to give you a few very specific examples, right? You can have traditional commerce where you want to buy a pair of shoes. Your AI assistant then goes, sources options and presents it to you. It maybe filters them already based on kind of knowing your preferences, evaluates designs based on all the shoes you've bought before, and then you can just simply buy with one click. This can be about learning, right? It can source additional information about a specific curriculum that it will guide you through, and then you have a background agent that kind of pushes information to your AI assistant to guide you through learning, right? Kind of personalized. For finance, same thing. Your AI assistant will go and quote, find all the best opportunities, evaluate them based on maybe Sharpe ratio, figure out what is the best kind of balance for you and given your risk appetite, and go and be able to execute and deploy this and really making efficient financial markets at low cost. Right. So these are just examples of what's possible in kind of this world. One of the pieces of technology that we are building called Near Intent is really about creating this framework for interconnecting agents, users, and services in such a way that you can have kind of binding digital agreements from anything like small, cryptographic crypto swap to, let's build a construct a building and, all of the involved tasks, right? You need attestations, you need dispute resolutions, you need to, work with any currency, be that crypto or fiat, and you need to be able to kind of have commitments that are enforceable across regular people, companies, and AIs. That's really what Near Intent and kind of technologies around that are aiming to do. So really this kind of transition is happening from centralized decision making by intermediaries, again, everybody from your local shop to, FDA, to really personalized data-driven decision-making and agents acting on global scale. So what does near kind of provide you, right? So I mentioned intent is kind of one of the concepts. So we have the blockchain itself to hold, and host trillions of these agents for billions of users. We have a chain abstracted set of technologies like chain signatures, Dunbar bridge to really interconnect these all chains. We have the intent to connect AI agents to each other and have transactions and settlement system for them. And we have a privacy infrastructure based on TE that allows you to have verifiable inference and even training to really kind of have this secure properties that you can trust to give your data to these agents, and they're able to kind of compute over it. And this is a future that's massive, right? I mean, again, we're replacing how the entire internet works. It is a new internet of agents and AI. And so we see this as, it's a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity here, but even $1 trillion a year of just pure business of kind of digital middlemen that we right now are interacting with. So just to kind of finish on, because at this hackathon, you can use Near AI Stack, what's available? Well, first of all, you have the TE model inference and agent running inside the agent hosting on app.near.ai. We have LangChain, and we're adding Agent Kit. There's ELIZA as well coming on agent frameworks. We have the inter-agent communication and payments, like the agents are able to call each other and pay each other. There's a number of example of service agents which you can build, and then there's assistant and discovery, because your assistant needs to discover the service agents who can do what. So why to build? Well, you get free inference, right? So if you host on the Near AI platform, you get free inference for your agents. You get privacy and verifiability. Very easy on-chain interaction, right? You can literally, from a smart contract, call an agent and get back into smart contract within the same transaction, right? This is not possible anywhere else. And then you have already a bunch of examples of agents and frameworks to build on top. And importantly, these agents and frameworks are getting paid as well. So if you're building an agent and it's starting to get used, you're getting paid as well. So to finish on, what should you build, right? Well, there's a lot of DeFi examples, everything from portfolio management, trading, analyzing. You can have AI agent that gives you analysis of the market, etc. You have social media agents who are talking, talking about what's going on, can collate information, can build interactive stories, etc. You obviously have enterprise agents, right, that actually solve a business problem, like marketing agencies, purchasing and forecasting, business analysis, recruiting, professional coaching, effectively any function, right? You can actually dive in and build a AI agent that is able to both kind of handle all of the data of the enterprise in private way, communicate through Slack, for example, in a company, etc. And importantly, we believe a lot of the real world as well will be replaced by this. And so real world agents solve real world problems. Tax preparation is coming in US, which is super complicated. It requires a lot of access to your data to do properly. Real estate planning, if you go to real estate agent effectively is, can be replaced by AI doing the work, right? Negotiating, finding opportunities, etc. Travel planning, removing your data from different websites, improving your credit score, personal shopping, coaching, and even therapists can be built like this. So I'll just finish on this thought, right? This is the kind of the final frontier. The experience we're going to have with internet is going to change, right? Even our phone will transition to become AI driven, and applications, the future of applications will be AI agents that are actually connecting into AI system that is able to do all these functions. Now, those AI agents can still surface, front ends. They can still surface application parts. So all of that transition is going to happen within that framework. But at the same time, obviously, your AI assistant can recombine it. I want to add more color. For example, using a taxi hailing agent, it shows you the map, and you're like, well, actually, show me the traffic. Actually, what if I stop by here? You can keep conversation going through your AI assistant with the information that a ride hailing is giving you. So amazing opportunity, lots to build. check out kind of agents already built on Near AI, kind of app.near AI agents, and yeah, excited to see what people build.
Yeah, awesome stuff. I think if you're not inspired by that, I don't know what else to tell you. There's so much potential here to get started and build, and this is truly the forefront of this new technology. So I think if you want to build anything, now's the time to do it. Really appreciate you coming on, Ilia. That was a great presentation. Thank you so much. All right, let's bring up Maria, who is the organizer of this event. And Maria, thanks for coming on here and leading us through kind of some of the, all the information about the hackathon and some tips and tricks. I know we have a lot of great guests that you're going to bring up as well. So let's kind of get this going.
Hey, Joe. Thank you for hosting this today for some folks. So happy to present Near's biggest blockchainiest, AIest, and the most agent hackathon so far, 1 Trillion Agents Hackathon. We opened submissions just 32 minutes ago, as soon as Ilia started presenting his keynote. So if you already have an idea of an agent in mind, please head to 1t-agents.devpost.com. You can see it down below, and register for the hackathon. If you open on DevPost, if you open participants, you will see people who are looking for a team. We already have 183 registered participants, and let me just quickly check. 48 out of them are looking for a team. So if you're looking for a team, it's the best time. We are offering over $100,000 in bounties. And I'm proud to announce our partners for this hackathon. So first and foremost, Near DevHub, Near Dev, thank you so much for helping organize all of this. I recently started representing Hackbox. It's a plug-and-play hackathon solution, but we were incubated in Near DevHub. So thank you so much, family. Appreciate you. We are also supported by Electric Capital. Actually, one of the judges from Electric Capital is today with us on the panel, giving priceless advice on how to win a hackathon and, most importantly, how to succeed after the hackathon as well. Among the sponsors and partners also, Proximity, Aurora, Near AI, Near Wig, Bite, Hut, Frag Finance, and Nuffle, and also Swan Chain. Thank you so much for supporting this hackathon. We already published the bounties. Joe, if you could scroll down a little bit, you will be able to show the bounties that we have. Please check the prizes section. We have 3 main tracks. So DeFi track will have 5 winners. Social media track will also have 5 winners. And absurd agent track will have 4 winners. So if you check the prizes section, you will see what actually is expected to build. And aside of that, we have an Aurora bounty, a Proximity bounty, Hot Wallet bounty. And if you scroll down, you will see all of them. Actually, I think if you don't know what to build yet, you can just read through the bounty list, and I'm pretty sure the ideas will come up. So without further ado, I will introduce our panelists for today. I invited some of the most interesting people in the ecosystem who are going to also judge this hackathon. And I'm going to ask them just one question, and one question that actually excites most of the people who are thinking of participating in this hackathon, which is how to win 1 Trillion Agents Hackathon. So without further ado, I would like to start with Sid. Do we have Sid from Electric Capital? Hi.
Hey all, how's it going?
To quickly introduce yourself and tell our hackers, what do you expect from this hackathon and what do they need to do to win it?
Absolutely. Joe, Maria, thank you for setting this up. Super exciting stuff. I work on research on Electric, spend a lot of time on DeFi and Layer 1 ecosystems like Near. In terms of what builders and hackers should think about and focus for this hackathon, obviously there's been a lot of discussion around DeFi, but maybe even branching outside of that. What are some of the unique things that can just help make interacting with crypto a lot easier and help us onboard the next generation of crypto users is something I'm really excited to see.
Thank you so much. We're going on to the next panelists. Kendall, a judge, represented Proximity, one of the most interesting teams in Near ecosystem. Hi, Kendall, can you hear us well?
Yes.
Would you please introduce yourself? What's your experience with hackathons, and how do you think people should win this particular hackathon?
Yeah. Hey, everyone. My name is Kendall, one of the co-founders of Proximity Labs. And we, just try to support the builders in the Near ecosystem as best we can. So yeah, my advice for this hackathon, number one, take advantage of the unique tooling that Near offers. I think we have, as Ilia presented, there's a lot of tooling on the AI side that can help you host your agents in a trust minimized manner. Near also supports signatures from smart contracts for every blockchain. We have a lot of examples, particularly for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then Solana and others that are coming up. So I'd say make sure you're taking advantage of those tools. Proximity, we have some bounties for building AI agents that directly interact with the Bitcoin L1. There's a lot of excitement in that ecosystem right now and not a lot of good products. So there's definitely opportunities there. I recommend checking that out. Also recommend building on top of Near Intense, which is by far the most flexible cross-chain swap protocol that you can use right now. That also supports a lot of chains that are underserved, like XRP, like Bitcoin, and then of course Solana, ETH Base, and others. Recommend building on building net new things. The AI design space is only just getting explored. There's a lot of bots that tweet. There's a few bots that help you do things in a bit easier way, and there's almost nothing else. So plenty of exciting opportunities. Try to break new ground, and you'll definitely be recognized.
Absolutely. Great advice.
Thank you, Kendall. I would also piggyback off this message and remind you that there is a prize pool of $25,000 offered by Proximity Labs. There is a cross-chain trading agents bounty. There is a Bitcoin agents bounty, and also Twitter or X agents bounty. So for more info on bounties, please follow our page, one-t-agents.devpost.com. Introducing our next panelist, Micro from Biddy. Hi, are you with us?
Hey guys, yep, can you hear me?
I know you're not a stranger to hackathons, so what's your best advice to our hackers?
Yeah, I mean, it's been almost 10 years since I started participating in hackathons, and I think I always learn more in one hackathon than like multiple months working on something else. So for winning, I would say focus on something that people need now. I don't know, I think DeFi is always the use case I give. It's very confusing, even for myself, being in the industry for many years. I still struggle a lot with many of the DeFi apps. So like if there's an assistant that can help me navigate the ecosystem, that's great. Use AI tools for your advantage. There's like V0 right now for designing. There's Cursor for coding. I mean, just leverage those tools and focus on what matters, which is the problem that you're solving. And if you're serious about your project, think beyond the hackathon. Build something that's just the beginning, but then keep improving on it and make it make sense. So I think that's pretty much my advice as a hacker and a judge.
I would take it for because this guy actually won on Near hackathons in the past, and this is how he got to where he is right now. So I would like to remind you that there is actually a bit bounty up for grabs, 5K in USDC on Near protocol, Near EVM chain agent bounty. So if you develop a chain agent for any Near app or EVM app that uses chain abstraction, 5K could be yours. Thank you, Micro. I would like to introduce our next judge, also quite a famous person in the hacker circles, Alton. Hi, are you with us?
Hey everybody, how's it going? Are you guys able to hear me?
So far, so good. Yeah, we can hear you and see you well. Could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. I'm Alton, one of the founders of Nuffle. I used to be at Near Protocol before. Super excited. I actually won the 2022 hackathon in Lisbon and NearCon, so have a bit of experience in winning hackathons in Near. I recommend pretty much doing very simple, sort of something that people can touch and feel, products that you can easily distribute and get numbers on. One of the things I've seen in hackathons is that a lot of people complicate and like basically put timelines that they can't deliver in a day or two or maybe 7-day periods. But I recommend pretty much making it very simple and allowing people to use your product and get feedback. I think that always goes a long way. And for us in this hackathon, we have a 10K bounty. So for this one, any cross-chain use case that you can build on chain signatures, such as cross-chain lending and cross-chain borrowing, even cross-chain staking is something that we're interested in. Yeah, that gives you pretty much a sort of a how we're thinking about this.
Thank you, Alton. Just a reminder that you can check the sponsored bounties and all of the bounties on 1T devpost.com. Alton, are you frequent in the near dev chat on Telegram? Do you help our developers sometimes?
Yeah, I have. I've been there. Not been checking for the last 6-7 months because of obviously no longer writing code. That's the sad part. But yeah, we're there. So if anybody wants to reach out to us, me and Frat are always in that chat. I have it right next to me right now.
Thank you, Alton. Thank you, Nafal. And our last but not least panelist for today is Jared from Founder Success at Near Foundation. Jared is doing a lot of stuff for founders, for young unicorns in the ecosystem. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Not as famous as Alton, but great to be here. Very, very excited to chat. I'm very excited about this hackathon. I mean, you all heard from some amazing speakers, so I won't repeat anything that anyone has already said, except one thing, that this is a month-long hackathon. And so my biggest encouragement is to actually take a big swing, right? I think sometimes the biggest fallacy in these type of experiences are maybe thinking too small. And so really encourage folks to take a big swing and really echo everything all of the presenters have shared, just because this is an incredible opportunity, specifically right now with agents that are engaging in capabilities that, quite frankly, I don't think anyone anticipated were possible even 6 months ago, a year ago. So it's a really exciting time to build. And last thing I'll say, Maria, and turn it back to you all, is we want to continue to support you through the Near Foundation post this hackathon. We do not want this to be the only experience that you have, and we really want to help enable you to continue your build and don't feel like you have to just build something for this hackathon and then leave it and turn to something new. We want to actually help you take this and scale it and really grow this as a project. So definitely can share more information about what that looks like. We have a number of both rewards programs for developers, post-hackathon, and accelerator programs. If that's something you're interested in, we can definitely send you information. But Joe, Maria, thank you all for having me. And folks, just take a big swing. What a time to build right now.
Thank you, Jared. Where should people go to check the Founder Success Team initiatives and to enroll in your programs?
Yes, great question. I was trying to log in on the comments on StreamYard. I realized I didn't have my YouTube connected, so apologies, folks. But we are good with SEO. So if you just type in hzn.xyz, that'll take you to our website. You'll find everything about our accelerator programs, what we call Protocol Rewards, which is our incentive program. And so feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to chat.
And finally, while you're with us, I wanted to ask, your team is going to be at ETH Denver, one of the biggest blockchain conferences out there. Did you prepare anything exciting for the builders?
We did. And Joe, thank you for the plug there. Really, really appreciate it. We're continuing to build on this theme of agents. And so if you enjoy both agents and games, we're actually launching an event called Agent Arcade. It's all about training agents how to actually play your favorite classic arcade game. So everything from Space Invaders to Pong to boxing on arcade. We got about 15 different games that we'll be having agents play. We'll teach you how to train your agent and more importantly, have some fun and actually earning some near for building. So if you're in town, please check that out. We'd love to see you there.
We would like to see you there either. Thank you so much, Jared. Safe travels, I think. Yeah, you're going to travel to this. Yeah. All right. So I wanted to remind you that to participate in our hackathon, you just need to open devpost.com and find the hackathon called 1 Trillion Agents and just click register. And we're going to take it from there, help you team match, join our Telegram channel Near Dev to find like-minded people who want to build agents with you. So this hackathon is going to last for 30 days from now. Submission deadline is March 2nd, right after ETH Denver conference. So the event that Jared here mentioned, the Agent Games, is actually also designed to support you, builders. If you want to participate in a live coding session, Denver is the place to be. So I think that's pretty much all from me. Joe, actually, what's your best advice to the builders? How do you think people should win this hackathon?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we did a ton of workshops leading up to the last hackathon for Redacted, and the biggest theme that we saw that I think came true was, and I think Jared just said it too, is take a chance. Like, you have time. So if you get out there, you take a big swing, and if it doesn't really go well, you still have a few more weeks left to try stuff. This is also, again, this is new to everybody. So, and there's multiple different pathways you can go. You don't have to just use one particular agent framework here. So, there's a lot of flexibility that you can go for. And I really encourage people to try different things, try building on all these different frameworks, see what you feel comfortable with, and then think about how you can start leveraging different data sets. There's so much data out in the world. There's a lot of opportunities to really get creative. So I'm really hoping to see people take those chances and go that. And then lastly, ask for help. Like, there are support channels. Please come in, between DevHub and just other builders and the AI team. There's going to be there people to help you, and there are no bad questions, because again, this is new to everybody. So there is that whole piece of, like, just because you don't feel super comfortable, that's okay. Like, there's no expectation there.
Thank you. Great advices. I would also like to mention that there is no limit on the amount of submissions posted, but just one team. So if you feel inspired by this whole thing, if you want to submit for several sponsored bounties, we are not stopping you, definitely. Please ship as much agents as possible. Ask for help. Be brave with your ideas in team match, because you never know what the other person has to offer. We are very, very much looking forward to what you have in store for us in terms of agents, because this is all really, really new, and we are actually creating the future of AI as we speak at this hackathon. So register for the hackathon on DevPost, follow the updates. There's a couple more exciting streams coming up throughout the course of the next few weeks. And thank you so much, and happy hacking.
Yes. Hacking, and follow along on this channel here. We're going to continue to update everyone about the hackathon through the month. We've been having workshops there. If you go back to the past archives on both the DevHub YouTube as well as the Near Protocol YouTube, there are workshops on building. So definitely check those out. There's a lot of opportunities here, and we hope to see you out there shipping agents. It's not called 1 trillion agents for nothing. So ship as many as you can.
Yes, please.
Awesome. Well, great. Maria, thanks so much for presenting this, and we look forward to seeing when everyone comes back and submits.
Thank you, Joe. See you at Near
All
Dev
right.
on Telegram.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Goodbye.